Neil Dudgeon joins us now. I should warn you right from the word go that you are sitting with a bit of a loopy fan.
I understand this.
You've seen every single one. You know everything there is to know.
I have seen them all about 5 times each.
How marvellous. Well, you're one of a sort of a rather good list of people who I keep being told are great fans of the show. There's people like... I don't know how true any of this is. Johnny Depp's a great fan of the show. Apparently, he's going to come and be on the show.
Really?
Michael Caine's going to be. This is what I hear. I don't. So you'll have to come on the Big Celebrity.
I'm going to say this now on your behalf that Holly has been in a Marple.
Oh well, you've got.
And if your team ever thought that maybe she would make good material,
I can do really good dead.
Would you want to? Would you like to arrive and die early, or would you like to possibly be the
whatever you want to be in it for ages?
Anything. And to be honest,
right
in Marple, I was only in it for about a nanosecond, and they burnt me at the stake. So to be honest, anything more on that would be hugely appreciated.
I don't think we've burnt anybody for quite a while.
Oh, don't burn me! I've been burnt.
Oh, you don't want to do burnt? We'll think of something else.
So
we'll do something else exotic and hilarious.
You could take that back to the team.
I will. I'll pass that on to the...
They would love that.
Thank you very much.
How's it been for you? Stepping in, because I suppose Series 1 was everybody getting used to you and you getting used to it, and now it's Series 2.
Yeah, we're shooting Series 2 now. We've done the first 2 episodes of Series 2, the second of which is on this evening. I sort of feel... People always ask me about how is it just having moved in and just taking over, but I started filming it about 2 years ago, so I'm quite sort of used to the idea of doing it now. And also, I think I've been so lucky to step into a show like Midsomer, where obviously it's been running very successfully for many, many years. The only element really that changed when I stepped into it was the other fella, whatever his name was. He left, and then I came in, and everything sort of worked, you know. So I think it would have been embarrassing if they'd cancelled the show after my first episode and they'd have gone, what changed, what went wrong?
I'd have been devastated.
But I've sort of hung on. But I think because of you and Johnny Depp, I think, kept the whole thing going. So it has sort of it's gone along. We did that my first series, and now we're into my second series. We start shooting again after Easter, and it's going on. People seem to like it, and
I like his approach to each case, because he's actually quite guarded, isn't he?
Yes.
He's a bit more canny with it. He's a bit more sort of, he's got his eyes on the prize, so he knows where he's got to get to.
I'm glad you say that. That's what I think. You see, it was the character of John Barnaby that I play was created by a writer called Michael Aitkins, who he wrote the first couple of episodes that when I took over, and in amongst what he wrote, there was the idea that John Barnaby has a psychology degree, and I think he wrote a character who is that bit more sort of circumspect. He kind of stands back, and as part of the relationship with Jones, obviously has to be, because of the policeman sidekick kind of relationship, is that the sidekick has to say, oh, it was obviously him, he did it because of these 3 obvious reasons, and the me character has to stand there and go, I'm not so sure. I'd like to speak to somebody else about it. And of course, then that person dies, and Jones looks silly, and I have a brilliant idea.
You say there's a formula here?
Not that there's a formula. There's a genre to be explored. It's a genre piece.
It is a genre piece.
It's French and everything.
I love the relationship between you and Jones, Jason Hughes. It's probably helped by the fact that you're mates anyway.
Yes, we knew each other slightly before I moved into Midsomer. But yeah, it's great. It would be sort of less fun if you didn't get on very well with each other. I think. But yeah, we get along very well. So it's great. We have a laugh.
And what about the dog?
Oh yes, well, the dog, who's the star of the show, really.
He is. I mean, he's very clever. How do they get him to do all that stuff?
Usually, they bribe him with sausages.
That works for me. You do the same.
For a while, I would say, this dog, he's only here for the sausage. And then I looked around at the crew and I thought, really, we're all of us here for the sausage at the end of the day. We're all... somewhere at the end of the day, there's somebody with a long metal pole and a sausage on the end of it, dangling.
Honestly, I will fit in so well.
That's life.
Of course it is. We're all
just here for the sausage.
We're just here for the sausage. But he's great. He's got a lovely temperament, the dog, and he's very funny. It's always fun when he's on set, because I always think people say don't work with children and animals, and I find that if you work with children and animals, you have to be kind of really on it and really concentrated, because you never quite know what they're going to do next. They're very spontaneous and very live and very real. So working with Sykes is great, because you think you're trying to do a scene with him and suddenly he's kind of shot off, or he's diving into your pocket looking for the sausages and things like that, you know. So it sort of keeps you on your toes. It's very good fun.
You well, talk about being kept on your toes. You actually took part in Celebrity Mastermind. Which,
I hoped you weren't going to mention that.
You may have won it.
Did you win?
I won it. It's just a little quiz show. It's not such a big
that
deal.
must have surely been the most terrifying thing.
It wasn't really until I was asked to do it, and I thought, I don't know, that's that. You know, there's a lot of potential there for humiliating yourself, and as an actor, there's already plenty of ways of humiliating yourself without finding new ones. And then I thought, it's for charity. I'll join in and I'll do it. And then everybody I spoke to had that reaction. They went, oh, "You're mad! You can't do that! No, it's awful! I'd be so terrified." And I thought, "Oh God, I've made an awful mistake." So by the time I got there, I just thought, please don't let me get like 2 points or something really embarrassing. You know, you sit there and you just kind of go, "I don't know what my name is, Miss Humphries. I'm terrified."
I'd be that.
Well, I thought if I, and then I got there, and I think I was sort of so kind of concentrated on not making a fool of myself. I just found myself doing this answer, this answer, this answer,
and then won it. And if you were to go on it, you should do
Midsomer
as your chosen subject. There you go.
You could do Midsomer Murders
Tonight at 8 on ITV1.
I'll be watching. Thank you very much. Lovely to see you. We're back tomorrow with Jonathan Ross, Downton Abbey and Titanic creator Julian Fellows.
And Keith Lemon is helping some singletons find love on That's tomorrow. Bye now.
Bye.